Okay. Let's go back to this, shall we? And supposedly we should be able to like make uh huh. Oh, wow, nice. A fate binder with the ability to change what skills you are proficient in. I'm guessing he's gonna end up being like a respec guy. That's my guess, anyways. All right, so I gotta find a way to get into the Lethian's crossings. The Weight of Aegis. Beric wants to know if there's a way he can be freed of his armored prison, unless the aid of a forge bound not subject to the Kyros's law. I'm guessing we have to go to the uh anyways, his favorite general has as far as mountain fortress of Iron Hearth. Travel there to discover the Archon. War's next move, trial of Archons. The destruction causes the Scarlet Course many potential boots. All uncovered evidence will be listed here. During the conquest, Scarlet Course's recruits were permitted to engage in a Tiersman festival, colluding with enemy during a time of war. During the conquest, the Scarlet Course raided disfavored provision. Oh, right. Displeased with the chaos that emerged from Vengeance as well, and believes that one of the warring archons may be principally responsible for the civil war that now grips the Tiers. As you travel the younger realms, take note of any evidence of negligence, incompetence, or outright treason found within the disfavored Scarlet Chorus. Okay. So was that just a sellable item? Huh. Anyway. I suppose we're gonna need to go somewhere now. Let's start with running library, Iron Hole Trail, yeah, Iron Hearth. That's where we need to go, right? Yep. Bastard City. Huh. Yeah, let's go ahead and head there. One second. There we go. That should do it. Hopefully, I think. We'll see.
Can't do that.
All halfway's dead? The disfavored soldier chuckles with disdain at the Scarlet Course's fighter. Consider it? Not for a second. We pick our soldiers from elite northern families. We don't recruit from allies buzzing over our mass grave. From flies. Are the disfavored so narrow-minded? My gang strength delivered us across half a dozen battles with a line of fallen enemies in our wake. Not many conscripts can say the same. The question is not a matter of your skill, but of your breeding, your training, your pedigree. Hail, Graven Ash, Fatebinder. If I may take a moment of your time. What do you need? This person comes representing a Scarlet Course gang. What did you call yourself again? Halfway's the grinning bleeders. We have a long and storied reputation of the Scarlet Course ranks. Killers of the highest order, my gang. Before I was a boss here, I ran the broken shites, the salty nightmares, and trap gang. Everyone made a name for themselves during the war. We made up at least 2 of those gangs, and don't even bother denying it. Just be careful what names you toss around when there's a former boss standing within earshot, you little pissant. One of his eyebrows snaps up at attention. First, so kind of you to chime in with your correction. In any case, he's asking to join the disfavored, which is out of the question. I explained the numerous reasons why we can't allow it. The wretch won't listen. Is that accurate? It is. We're not looking for special treatment, just a new beginning. Seeing as we're healthy, fit, combat ready, the ironclads should have no reason to refuse us, especially since they're low on numbers. That may be true, but it's no excuse to pollute our respectable ranks with your company. We're more than capable. Put any weapon in our hands or send us on a suicide mission. It'll be mercy compared to what we faced under the voice of Nerat. That much is true, at least. There's something to be said for a general who isn't going to gut you in your sleep because it suits his flair for the artistic. Those are the first fair words I've heard you speak about General Ash. Perhaps you're coming around. Then you can count on them being the last. You're a full min pile. Oh, those 2. Anyways, if we joined up, the disfavored wouldn't have to compromise their staunch northern morals. We would take the bloody work off their hands. You want me to decide the matter? You must know Kairos's laws back to the front, and I trust you to know our traditions as well. If it appeals this lamprey off my backside, I'll allow it. Speaking for my gang, we'll accept your judgment. We're eager to crack some Tearsman's skulls with Kairos's army again, no matter what color they wear. Let me take your testimony first. Of course, I have nothing to hide. Why can't the recruits join the disfavored? Most of us would rather swallow our tongues than take orders from the rigid officer who talked his way into leadership, but to each their own. Where do I start? Not only does Graven Ash handpick his disfavored from the decorated northern stock, he takes a personal interest in our training and education. We are his sons and daughters. To accept anything less in our ranks would hold the very process in contempt. The only capacity they could serve would be manual labor, hauling wagons or digging latrines. But that's the work of slaves and not what they've come requesting. Why this interest in the disfavored? Better training, better quarters, iron weapons. The disfavored have everything we wanted out of joining the military. We want to serve Kairos to the best of our abilities. Is that asking too much? Old Ironclad here seems to think so. Their respect for command leaves something to be desired. Why did you leave the Scarlet Courses? Our old gang boss fell at the last battle of the Vengeance well. We saw how the disfavored operated and realized it was a chance for a better life, a longer one too. Desertion happens every day under the Scarlet Course. I can tell you that we won't be missed. He says that like he's boasting. Only the shite heel recruits who never make a name for themselves are overlooked at muster. And what is my help worth to you? We're playing that game, are we? He grins. I managed to pocket a few handfuls of rings, fair trade for starting a new life. Stealing for the boss is a good way to find yourself at the end of a pike. Be prepared to change your name before the end of the war. Ah. You can train with them, but can't join. Time will tell. Good luck. Oh no. Whoops. Oh no, my misclick. Whoops. That was a misclick. I don't know if I ever had one. Anyways. Huh. I have very little wrath with Tunon, which is good. I have the same amount of favor with the Tunon as I do with the Graven Ash. This is favored. I have a lot. I'm in favor of the Fatebinder. Shielded for 80 damage for 30 seconds. Huh. Oh. Interesting. Interesting. Oh my god. Whoa! I wonder if I can... Ooh, I am really extremely hated by the Vanguard. Vengeance Guard. Anyways, I would like to get this one, though. But Lethian's Crossing. Oh, I'm getting absolutely nothing out of this. Huh. Oh, God. Ooh. I am nearly there. Same here. I mean, that's actually not that bad of an ability, though. Okay, this. Inflame, intense flames towards Verse, which she catches on her blades and spins into an aura of wreathing flames around her. Ebb. Oh wow, so I'm actually the furthest away with Ebb, the one who we fought, who's our enemy the first time around. Weapon's ability to channel lightning through it. While the effect remains, the Fatebinder's attacks will evoke a powerful electrical explosion. Oh. Interesting. Okay. Oh wow. This might actually be the best outcome for us. Anyways, I agree it's a waste, but these fools should have known better than to turncoat. It always bites you in the ass eventually. Board maggot, you occupy space and eat our food. Don't presume to complain about your treatment, Fatebinder. I thank you. We could all learn from your practical, calculating approach. Anyway, we're gonna go with that one and stick with it. Greetings, Fatebinder. Akolos, 32nd Legion. Glad to see Tunon's agent Grace our Hearth. Ash's troop has no lack of order. But a servant of the court is always welcome. Between our missing commanders and Scarlet Course Lieutenant pinned down, I'm afraid we have our hands full. I suppose I can spare a moment for conversation. Tell me about the Scarlet Course Lieutenant. Seems our troops have this little maggot of Scarlet Course Lieutenant cornered over at Cato Village. From what I'm hearing, it's the same guy who's been ransacking our caravans the past few weeks. If I wasn't already handling something for Ash, I'd go and skin the filth myself. You being here simplifies matters. Make sure this lieutenant doesn't leave the village with his life. I'll handle it. Cato Village is unlocked on the world map. I have a question before I go. Where were you during the conquest? You could say I've seen the tiers from the top to bottom. I dug latrines at our encampment at the Gates of Judgment. Then my promotion sent me to Lethian's Crossing. Got into a few rows with the Bronze Brotherhood. Not a pretty sight. Rouse. Not rows, rouse. Then I had a brief deployment in Apex, but the fighting was winding down around when I arrived. After that, I did a tour of Stalwart, but got transferred out before the edict tore everything apart. Tell me about your home in the north. I hail from Balmawell. Some of these names have weird pronunciations. Like, it's not even a verse, man. I can't even spell that. let alone pronounce it. Wait. It's spelled already. Anyways, continue. Once Gavinash gave me his favor and recruited me to join the army, my family went from respectable farmers to elite folk, better regarded or respected than damn near anyone. How did you join the forces? The disfavored. Ahead of the conquest, Gravinash sent recruiters to all the outlying towns looking for worthy talent. The village held a tourney and a melee to demonstrate our local muscle. Nothing fancy, mind you. It was mostly fighting on hay bales with wooden spears. I had the distinction of toppling even the biggest contender. A familiar tale and one after my own heart. It's a good thing I succeeded. I'm more useful to Kairos on the field of battle than a field of wheat. Huh.
See that?
Ooh, gimme. Uh-huh. Plus 10 control of life, regenerate 1% of health every 6 seconds. That's gonna come in handy. Yeah, that's gonna come in handy. I will take that. Thank you very much.
Huh.
Osmia, huh? You must be the Fatebinder of Tuna, the disfavored Iron Walker bows. Welcome to Iron Hearth. I'm sure that Gravinash appreciates any help you can offer. Circumstances have a way of coming together so that the disfavored are always stretching thinner than we would like. What can I do for you? Why are the disfavored so overworked? She rubs her palms together and frowns. We're trying to shoulder the brunt of the civil war without the strength of numbers. The Scarlet Course can throw 1,000 disposable bodies at an issue without a second thought, but we're forced to be a little more discriminating. We might be trained to deal with the stress of combat and all-night drills, but we're fatigued by the high standard we set for ourselves. Not that I need to burden an agent of the court with my misgivings. Once the war is over, the tears are properly subdued, my hope is that Kairos dispatches some relief troops to support the occupation. We all deserve a season of rest. The court is always receptive to the needs of soldiers. Your point is noted. That's very generous of you to say, Fatebinder. I'm grateful to know that someone is listening. Where were you during the conquest? After the Edict of Storms hit, I spent some of my time among the ruins of Stalwart, digging out survivors from the Legion. I'm afraid I didn't find much. He glances up at Beric. Must have moved on by then, or else we would have assembled a team to excavate you. My prison moved with me. There was no reason to tarry. I still think about the brothers and sisters we left behind. Sometimes I can imagine that I hear their voices carry onward. Well, I'll be on my way. Zephyros. Oh, yeah. Excuse me, sorry. Even though you're not a fully fledged disfavored recruit, I have been authorized to grant you purchase rights from our store. Within certain limits, of course. Oh, what limits are those? It's nothing personal, I assure you. Gravedash wants us to control our supplies without restricting access to his army supporters like yourself. The finest arms and freshest provisions are reserved for the soldiers under his direct command. I'm sure you understand. The Archon takes our protection very seriously. Understood. Let's see what you can offer me. That 15 minus that 15 endurance. Magic defense, will defense, endurance defense. How your ability to resist physical pain and afflictions such as stun, resolve, and might contribute towards your endurance defense. Yeah. Kind of like that endurance being really high. Oh wow. Oh, yeah, that's what he's using right now, apparently. Anyway. Let's favorite javelin. I wish I could get him some armor, but he's locked into these right now. Can I get rid of? Damn, nothing. Damn. Okay, what did I just grab? Oh. Yeah. That can go. Dude. Oh. Oh, that's Q and E? Oh, interesting. I'm not gonna lie, it is really kind of a little unengaging without like background music. Like, am I missing background music or something? Huh. Fate Minder, it's good of you to report in. These days, it is difficult enough to judge friend from foe. I'm pleased to recognize you as the former of the two. Ew, I see you have brought the voices near at spying horde to my doorstep. Lest you think me amused by your irresponsible conduct, know that I am not. Versus useful ally, I need her on my side. At least until we get tired of each other. Don't worry, old man, I'm not going to drive a blade into your spine. Not while you're wearing a breastplate as thick as the old walls anyway. Ash glares at first and returns his severe expression back to you. His mouth is set to a disappointing line, and he seems on the brink of saying more, but waves off the matter. Anyways, after what transpired at Vengeance, well, that is favored must hold fast to our allies. You are here because of your support of the siege, but I don't mistake your confidence for devotion. The Scottish course would not have you. hope you can convince me that I made the right choice. Convince you? It's hard. I don't want to gain too much disfavored with him. I mean, then again. No, it's not that one. Yes, this one. Yeah, well, we're gonna be acquiring a lot of wrath and disfavored and disfavored. Anyways, a lot of wrath and stuff like that along the way. Anyways, useful ally, here to serve. With Tunon's claim laid over you, I cannot grant you a seat of honor at the disfavored table, but in service to my legion, I warrant you can accomplish more than your humdrum legal proceedings in the objurgator's court. What is it you require?